Kirsten Dunst has always been one of those actresses who seems to effortlessly blend vulnerability with strength on screen, from her breakout role as the wide-eyed Claudia in Interview with the Vampire to her Oscar-nominated turn as the tragic Marion in Melancholia. But lately at 43 she's stepping into a new phase of her life that's just as compelling as any script she's ever tackled: motherhood. During a Candid in Conversation event at the Red Sea International Film Festival in Saudi Arabia, Dunst pulled back the curtain on how becoming a mom to her two young sons, Ennis, who's now 7, and James, who's 4, has reshaped not just her daily routine but her entire approach to her craft. Sharing the stage with her husband, the incredibly talented Jesse Plemons, she painted a picture of a woman who's learned to prioritize in ways she never imagined, choosing roles that resonate deeply rather than chasing every opportunity that comes knocking. It's easy to forget that Dunst has been in the Hollywood grind since she was a kid. Think Bonnie and Clyde miniseries at age 6 or The Virgin Suicides, where she first caught the eye of indie darlings. Back then the pace was relentless. School one day, set the next, repeat. She admits to having burned out more than once, that exhausting cycle of back and forth that left little room for anything resembling a balanced life. I have been burnt out before, and I haven't sustained that energy of being able to have a work-life balance, she reflected, her voice carrying the weight of those early years. But now, with her boys at the center of her world, everything's shifted. She's in a place of privilege, she says, where she can afford to pause, to wait for the projects that truly light a fire in her soul. I have 2 kids. I've been enjoying just being a mom and then just waiting for projects that really mean something to me, she explained. It's a luxury not every actor gets, especially women in an industry that often demands you strike while the iron's hot, but Dunst is owning it. She's selective, deliberate, turning down roles that don't align with this new chapter because, as she puts it, "It's comfortable and really wonderful that I'm in a position now where I can really be very careful about what really speaks to me and what work I do." Motherhood for Dunst isn't just about the logistics of carpools and bedtime stories, it's a profound catalyst that's unlocked something fearless within her. She describes it as a gift, this newfound boldness that permeates her performances. "I think anybody who has experienced having children, everything changes. For me, it gave me so much more fearlessness in my acting, which is such a gift that they gave me," she shared, her words laced with gratitude. "It's like the stakes of her art have been redefined. With little ones depending on her, the superficial worries of the industry fade into the background. She can pour herself into a role with an intensity that's unfiltered, unapologetic. And it's not just the acting, it's the whole ecosystem she's built around it. Surrounded by good people who keep her grounded, she credits her support system for shielding her from the frivolous parts of Hollywood that can erode your sense of self. At the heart of that system is Plemons, her husband of over 2 years, whom she calls wonderful without hesitation. Their love story is the stuff of quiet romance novels, not tabloid headlines. They met on the set of Fargo in 2015, where sparks flew amid the snowy Minnesota backdrop, but it took a few years for things to heat up. First as friends, then collaborators, and finally partners in every sense. Engaged in 2017, they tied the knot in an intimate ceremony at Jamaica's GoldenEye Resort in July 2022, trading vows under palm trees with just their closest circle. "It's that kind of partnership that allows Dunst to thrive," she insists. "I've been very lucky that I have surrounded myself with good people, and I have a wonderful husband, and people that don't get caught up in the frivolous parts of this industry. So that's helped," she noted. Plemons, with his own acclaimed resume from The Power of the Dog to Breaking Bad, gets it: the long hours, the emotional toll, the joy of stealing moments between takes. Together, they've created a home that's a sanctuary, where career ambitions don't overshadow family rituals. Dunst talks about how this stability lets her stay true to herself, worrying less about external validation and more about authenticity. "Also, I think the truer you stay to yourself and the less you worry about everybody else, then the more the opportunities come, and the right ones come to you," she advised, a nugget of wisdom born from decades in the spotlight. For women in Hollywood, longevity is a battleground, and Dunst is acutely aware of the double standards that come with it. The industry, she observes, can mess with people's minds more in a negative way, especially for actresses navigating the transition from ingenue to leading lady to, eventually, the roles that demand gravitas. But her strategy is clear: pick and choose with intention. "I think in order to have an interesting career and keep yourself special as well," she says, emphasizing that it's about curation, not compromise. This mindset has led her to projects like Civil War in 2024, where she played a photojournalist in a dystopian America, a role that demanded every ounce of that fearlessness motherhood instilled. Critics raved about her intensity, how she captured the quiet terror of a fracturing nation, but Dunst downplays it, attributing the depth to her real-life perspective as a mom. Protecting her peace means saying no to the cookie-cutter rom-coms or thrillers that might pay the bills but drain the soul. Instead, she's drawn to stories that mirror her own evolution, complex women who defy easy categorization.